What are your emotions now on this day and obviously moving forward?
It's weird. I guess everything's coming to an end. It's kind of it's been a long season, but it's been a lot of fun, and we've been through a lot as a team. So it's kind of weird just not having practice anymore.
Looking forward about where you might fit in, is it going whether you're going to come back as a starter, whether you're going to have to play behind a veteran, that kind of thing.
It's all up in the air, but I've been in my short amount of time in the league. I've had tougher things to deal with, and so this really, my biggest fear is coming back to whatever team I play for next season and being as good. That's my biggest fear. I need to be a lot better. I need to make sure I'm a lot better, a lot healthier, and that's my focus for the off season. And then once training camp starts, wherever I'm at, I'm all about trying to make that team better.
Assuming Jeremy is back, do you think he commands that respect from the team, or do you need a veteran point guard who can kind of tell everyone, here, this is how we're running things, and you're doing this and you're doing that?
Jeremy definitely, he definitely demands respect. I think we all witnessed that, when he emerged, this season. He did an excellent job of running the team, running the show. And, I look forward to him improving, as well.
All the injuries aside and the other things you guys have been through, what do you think this team is just missing as a unit, if anything? What does this team need to make that next leap?
Well, I think we have to concentrate, the guys that are here coming back better. I can't say, who will be back. I can't say what changes will be made, because ultimately that's left up, to the management. But, the guys that are here, we have to make sure we come back as better players.
What does that mean?
Well, like for myself, I want to come back stronger. I want to come back in better condition. I want to be more of a force on the block. I want to be able to pass better out of the pick and roll. I just want to become more of a threat. Myself and Amari, we have to really become a threat on the block. And we have, like I said, we have the pieces here, and we have to get better.
How would you reflect on the season? You had the wonderful stretch. You ended up with the injury to finish the campaign. Was it a little bit of a mix for you?
Yeah, I mean, the season was just up and down. But when I look back right now, I just feel like it's all a blessing from God. And even during the down times, I learned a lot. Even going to the D-League, getting waived earlier in the year, I learned a lot. I grew as a person, and through my injury, I grew as a person, and then through the highs, just being able to be a part of this team, be a part of this organization, and to have fun. I mean, that's what I remember the most is the amount of fun we had on the court, and I think that's a great thing to remember.
How hard was some of this year, some of the ups and downs, and the dysfunction early?
It was difficult, but I knew this was a process. I knew, like I said, when I came here with one thing in mind, and, that's what's going to drive me as long as I'm here. And it doesn't happen overnight. I'm very aware of that. That doesn't make losing any easier. It's always tough, and it's nothing that I'll get used to. But, at the end of the day, it pushes you, to want to do better. And this summer I'm going to work even harder than, I did last summer.
Jeremy, how disappointing was it for you to sit on the sidelines through the whole playoffs?
Extremely disappointing, just because, you put this much time and energy and effort into a team, into something, and then when it all matters the most, I'm sitting there watching.
We definitely missed him. We missed, he's a very explosive guard, and I think leading up to him getting hurt, I felt like he was losing a step, and it's because he had injuries that, a lot of us didn't know about. And so that explosive and that attack first, and getting to the cup, we could have used that for sure.
For a guy who lives on the defensive end, is the right guy here as the head coach with that mentality?
Yeah, I feel so. I think he's done an incredible job, coming in with I'm not even for sure how many games he had, but I believe we had the best record under his watch, and we became the best defensive team under his watch. So definitely so, and I'm looking forward to having a full training camp and season.
What do you want to do this summer? What will you do basketball-wise?
It's mostly the same thing I do every summer. Just train, and then take my trip over to Asia that I do every summer, and then that's about it. That's all I have planned right now.
Well, I'll take a little time off, allow my body to rest and allow all the knick-knack things to heal, and then I'm back at it. My ultimate goal is to bring a championship here to New York, and it didn't happen this year, but I'm going to work, my tail off this entire summer to make sure I'm better fit to try to bring it here next year.